Hey everybody, Cat King here. I just wanted to give you a little bit of more insight about that whole ADHD wall thing. If you missed that video, that was posted yesterday sometime or the day before. And basically, it was just me talking about this whole phenomenon that happens with my ADHD brain, and I call it the wall. And it's something that I knew about before I ever had ADHD, because I was diagnosed with ADHD at 31 and I'm 35 now, so this is a relatively new diagnosis, but it does fit perfectly, explains a lot of my personality actually. So let's talk about the wall. This is sort of like a motivational thing where my brain gets overwhelmed by the task at hand because something isn't working with, there's a lot of steps to the task. Or okay, let me just give you a real world example. Sometimes bills don't get paid not because for lack of effort on my part, or I make a mistake on something like an unemployment application for something. Like this happened where I filled everything in. I thought I was doing really well, but I tend to go very fast because my ADD brain goes very quickly. And so I was like, I'm just trying to get through this as quickly as possible. It's very tedious. And so sometimes, like, if the application doesn't work, if there's something, a glitch, if there's something goes wrong, and it requires me to come back and try again and try again and try again, eventually my brain just jettisons it. It just sort of like prunes it out of my mind. And I completely forget about it until eventually there's a howler or there's some kind of like mail piece that says, you didn't pay, or you were overpaid, or you made a mistake, or you fucked up somehow. So the wall isn't really necessarily about procrastination, as it is about when there's multi-step processes, or there's a task that takes a few different steps and something goes wrong along the way and interrupts my forward progress on closing that circuit, because closing the circuit's very important. I have a hard time just keeping track of what I'm doing between like tabs and screens all day long every day. So that wall can really stop me from like completing a task that's really important. Or it can even lead me to like making serious mistakes that lead to financial consequences. And that's the ADHD wall explained. Ain't it cute? There is a reason why it's called a disorder, people. For more stories about ADHD and schizophrenia and how they combine to make my life a living hell, subscribe at Cat King here. See you next time.